I wanted to ask Dick, like, I know you've got your fingers in a lot of pies in the drama world with this
Fights?
Maddox thing now. Yeah, a lot of fights. What's going on with that that fucking comic book goober that you were fighting with? I saw you tweet something that like maybe people levied a lawsuit against him that he settled, and what happened? Fill us in.
Yeah, that idiot. Eric July, who made the ISOM comic.
Mm-hmm.
The International School of Ministry, aka ISOM, got wind of what he was doing. And,
how?
Well, there's a couple theories. One theory is that proactively the International School of Ministry was just keeping their ear to the ground, and
their watchdog. They've got a watchdog out there just combing the internet.
Theory. An alternate theory is that Eric July reported one of my fans on Twitter and got his account banned. So in retaliation, that fan sent a concerned email to the International School of Ministry pretending to be a reporter for the Dick Show / The Biggest Problem in the Universe News Network, asking them about their collaboration with the ISOM comic book and wondering if any of their parishioners had a problem with there being drug use and prostitution in the comic book, but that they were proud of the ministry because they were supporting a black guy who says the N-word online. Some people say that that's why Eric July,
who's to say,
decided to run with number 2. And then Eric July threatened to sue me and Vito because he said that me and Vito were secretly this pretending to be us and had emailed the ministry and provoked this lawsuit, which is stupid because if we're pretending to be somebody, it's going to be pretending to be like a reporter for your guys' show. We're not going to pretend to be ourselves.
Yeah.
So what are the ramifications for him though? Like it would seem to me that it's like telling Batman that, you can't be Batman anymore. You can't use that word. And it's like, well, that kind of ruins my whole thing.
Well, so the International School of Ministry said the only reason they went after him, and Eric is definitely infringing on their trademark.
Yeah.
The only reason they went after him is because he was so litigious, or because he filed so many DMCAs on other people. So you can trademark the name of a comic book. You can name you can have a comic book where the main character is named McDonald's or Snoopy or whatever, but you can't call the comic book Snoopy. Like you can't call the comic book McDonald's. You have to call it like the Adventures of Retarded McDonald's or Retarded McDonald or something like that. You have to name that something because that's the actual thing you trademark. So I was making fun of it because I thought it was hilarious because Eric was being such a prick to me, calling me the N-word and stuff, and Vito, and threatening to sue us.
Well, I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, I can't. If a black guy calls me the N-word, what am I supposed to do? I can't say.
You're defenseless.
Yeah, you're defenseless. You're one of those dogs in a cage in that Sarah McLachlan commercial.
Kyle's going to donate money to you.
Call him maybe some sort of Mexican slur.
Yeah. So
everybody.
I said, well, you should just settle. Like, just change the name of your stupid comic to the Adventures of like a Black Token ISOM or whatever. Just change the name a little bit, and then pay them some kind of licensing fee and like chill out. But instead, he went online and said that they're a fake Christian organization and that he has rock star lawyers that are going to send me and Vito to prison and all this other insane shit. And then he hired some real lawyers and then immediately said that he was settling with the. So it was like 3 months of. I thought it was hilarious.
Dude, thank God every single online conflict you get into, they're like hiring their brother-in-laws for their initial legal consultations because otherwise, like you would not get this content because they'd be like, oh, this is what you're doing, Mr. ISOM? Okay, well, that's crazy. Don't settle. That's your option. The option is to settle.
Yeah.
Oh, when did your comic start? 1 year ago. Okay, and how long has the International Ministry been going? Okay, 45 years. All right. Yeah. So they win. Do you see how the timeline doesn't work there in your favor, Mr. ISOM? Yeah, that's fucking embarrassing. Is it a constant like just parade of errors though? Is he ever going like to his audience and saying like, "Hey guys, beefed up this one, my mistake, but back to the story," or is it like he can't let it go?
He can't let it go. He can never he can
that
never
works in your
just admit
favor.
that he's fucked up. Yeah, it's great. That's like my bread and butter. Is that like people whose hubris, people whose ego will just never let them. They'll never admit what they did. So as long as you have that, you have an incredible villain for any story, like somebody who can never let the audience off the hook.
I want you to how many issues has he made of the series? Like, is it done?
2. But then I found out recently that all of his art for his comic is like from SketchUp, the 3D program. So it's all these shitty free models that you can download and that are in a scene. None of it's drawn at all. In fact, it's like if you look at his comic, everything that's round has like those stupid polygon lines on it still.
Oh shit.
It's like a low res polygon. So I've been making fun of that, obviously.
That's very low effort. I did see you tweet one where you were like, get a load of this guy's art. He just took it was like clearly an image of a standing man.
Yeah.
They had just like rotated and then put him on a couch, but his like feet were still in like slightly bent legs standing position to where like his entire lower body wasn't touching the couch. Like clip art. Like for a laugh.
It looks so shitty. Like he made $6 million, and as an anti-woke, I'm gonna take down DC and Marvel, and we're gonna make like our side proud. And then you just dump this free clip art trash on people. I don't know why everyone else isn't as doesn't think it's as crappy as I do.
I need to get in on the grifter economy. I feel like I'm missing out.
What is this?
People get violently angry when I criticize anything because they're all on the same grifting side. Zoom into that.
Is that an outlet just floating?
It's an elevator door button. So the 3D, the cheap, shitty 3D thing is just like an elevator door in the middle of nothing, but they forgot to remove the button that you use to call the elevator. So I don't even know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a metal detector.
Right. So it has like a model or something that you'd put on a wall. But
how does that slip through?
Yeah, I thought his quality control was air.
Yeah, like I would have caught that if I was in charge. Like, my God, if you're gonna do it, at least like give a fuck.
Slightly, right? At least give a little bit of a fuck.
My favorite critiques of what you would do is when you would like go through his writing style, and Vito does this too because you guys both know how to write. And I was just cracking up at those where you're like, oh, look at this. See why it's confusing? It's because he forgot to reestablish the subject. No, like he didn't do that. And so now who's they? Who the fuck is they here? Is it them? Is it him? We don't know. And the pictures don't help. So I hope you continue to run through those every time they release. And
I will. I can't help myself, Taylor. And it makes me money. So it's kind of perfect storm.
Pedantic, grammar and syntax dick is one of my favorite dicks. Just going all out.
When my wife talks, she often speaks in a way that I have a hard time following. So I'm going to ask you this, Dick. All right, here's a sentence. John hit Larry, then he ran away. Right. Who ran away? Is there a clear
if my wife's talking like that, it's me. No idea.
Me neither. I don't know.
There isn't a way to know. Like that's not phrased
just
correctly.
There isn't like John hit Larry, then he ran away. It's not like, oh, the grammatically John is still the subject, or the direct object is Larry and it's transferred control to him. There isn't like a rule.
Well, there might be, but you have no idea if the person knows the rule or is following it.
That's the practical answer. Yeah.
It has to be like readable more than everything, understandable. Okay. All right. We're going to hear from a couple of wonderful sponsors.
Your wife's telling stories that short, Woody, God bless you. I can see why that would be.
They're short enough. Yeah.